Hey, FanboyNation.
This is your pal Daffy Duck, and you're watching.
We're watching
Fanboy.
Fanboy,
fanboy, etc.
FanboyNation.
Dot, I assume Tom.
Yes, this is a lighthearted comedy where someone is just treading water waiting to be rescued. No, in all seriousness, congratulations on this film. Paranoia, drug use, obsessive compulsive disorder, all sorts of different aspects touched upon throughout this film. Gino, you did an amazing write-up and direction with this. Joe, I'm a little scared of you, not only because you're English, but because, of the performance. And Becky, you're absolutely wonderful that I can't say even a joking mean thing about you. So congratulations.
Thank you, Rob. That's a great intro, mate. Appreciate
great
that.
intro, Rob.
Yeah, well, we have to have fun with it because this is such a heavy topic for a film, and yet it's also relatable. Whether you've lived Danny's life or not, but everyone that tries to fit in, or obsessive compulsive disorder, counting the tiles as mentioned or the bricks early on in the film, and just trying to survive. This is something that is universal in theme. Just a little more of a criminal element to it.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, it's set in Manchester, England, but I feel like, there's inequality all over the world, people having tough times, and there's that resilience all over the world as well, and there's people that keep having a go, keep trying, and I kind of wanted to encompass all of that. I think inequality's grown in the UK. I think it has all over the world as well, and I do feel like society's formed, and some people find it more difficult because of all the different impacts of their life growing up, and just generally what happens, anyway. So yeah, I think it's definitely universal.
Yeah, Laura, Becky, take us through playing Laura and having this interesting reconnection and bond with Danny. But there's this arm's length, yet there's still this like childhood innocence of friendship, love that plays throughout the entire film.
Yeah, I think you literally nailed it on the head there. I think that's exactly what it is. They remind each other of a simpler time. They fancied each other at school, which was something, before they were dealt this hand, and I think. Yeah, I think it was hard because she is going through so much, with being a pregnant mother at sex work. That isn't something she's particularly chosen to do, and yet you see them in these really nice moments. And I think the film only works if you're kind of rooting for them. But I think she, at the end of the day, is a bit of a realist, and she knows, because of things that have already happened in her life, that the fairy tale isn't quite going to be with Danny, and like Gino said, keeps going on, but not necessarily with him.
And then Joe, let's be honest, as Danny's released, this is early in the film, so we're not going to give too much away, but the fantasy of punching the warden in the face upon his release is something everyone wanted to do in school with the principal. And one time when I was still a teacher, I wanted to kick the vice principal through the window for being ill-mannered. So I completely understand what it's like for Danny at that moment.
Yeah, it's yeah. That's I think Gino's really done a powerful entrance with the film there. I'm led to believe that I think that's still within the first 10 minutes of the film, is it not, Gino?
It is, yeah.
It's some entrance. You know what film it is. Yeah. Intrusive Thoughts, man, is one of the things that really attracted me to it straight away, because Danny's at the very high end of the spectrum, as is evident, but like you just said then, like with what you used to go through at school, these intrusive thoughts, they affect a lot more people than you think, to the extent where people might not realize that they're suffering from them. So as an actor, it was very interesting to play the literal world in which we're all in, and then the character's mind in which we are in, and it's a quite an absurd degree. So yeah, it was interesting. It was Wow, were they different? I can't. Yeah, they were. The intrusive thought. I think we all did a stellar job in regards to getting them done, Gino. But they were difficult to shoot, weren't they? Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
there was a lot of work, a lot of takes, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because what we didn't want to do is we didn't want to glamorize any of that stuff. We didn't want to necessarily make it look cool. We wanted to just make it look exactly what it would be like. Right. So yeah, it's probably sort of something that I may never get to play again. And I just hope that we all handled it in a very sort of realistic, dignified way. We weren't apologetic about it, but we just wanted to make it real. But the intrusive thoughts are a lot, and they were difficult, but in a weird way, quite fun to shoot as well. Strangely.
Well, Gino, this is your first full-length feature. You've directed shorts before, and out the gate, you just in the opening minutes, you've scored the first goal of your rookie season in English Premier League. So congratulations on that.
Go on.
I had to use a soccer term because if I use baseball talking to a bunch of English people, they're going to look at me like I'm crazy. So
you did well. You did well.
The reaction that you're getting, I presume, is as positive as the one I'm giving you. And we all know that if I didn't like the film, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. Hopefully everyone's as positive as I've been in their reaction.
It has been very. I mean, it's been released in the UK already, so it's got its US release the 12th tomorrow. But yeah, we've been very lucky. It's a micro budget film, and we got into BFI London Film Festival. We had a theatrical release, got distribution in the UK, and doing the Q&As. Yeah, we had such great feedback from the audience and people coming up to us as well, in the cinemas and stuff like that, where people who are suffering with mental health issues like intrusive thoughts, and just really genuinely moved by it, and actually thankful that we've made something that is honest and accurate. So yeah, it's as well as that, it's also, we feel like it's got a proper tale to tell as well. It's not just that. There is a story that takes the audience right the way to the end, and hopefully we've layered all the characters. So we feel lucky and happy that people are responding well to it.
Is there ever a moment, because Gino, this feels so real. It feels like you actually know these people and that you're creating a semi-autobiographical experience or a semi-biographical experience. Is this like close to the vest, or is this something that you deeply researched to create a story like Treading Water?
So it's a bit of both. I was working in supported housing, teaching filmmaking skills, so I knew that world really well, and I was doing that in my sort of late 20s, early 30s. So there was a lot of banter, a lot of fun in the house, but a lot of chaos, a lot of debauchery. I mean, some of the stories they tell me, and then you got a sense of the staff and that strange family dynamic with the housemates, and you just got a sense of their problems as well, the addiction problems, mental health problems, no family support structure. That was probably the worst for them, and a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them young as well. So that, for me, I felt like I got a sense to that. I've had family members, cousins succumb to heroin and be functioning heroin addicts. So I kind of know that world as well. And then a lot of research as well. We got a psychologist to look over the script and tear it apart, make sure that we were doing things accurately in regards to the mental health, and hopefully that all come together and that transmits.
Right. And speaking of mental health, Becky, I want to make sure that you're okay, because you're playing, no, well, I mean, it's a hard role. You're playing a lady of the night, shall we use the traditional euphemism, that's an unwed mother that's trying to survive while somehow, subconsciously wanting to keep the unborn child healthy, yet doing personal damage and psychological damage to herself. Like, there has to be some moment, like, how do you decompress when Gino calls cut and go back to a reality? Because there's acting, but there's still the emotional depth of these types of characters.
Yeah, of course. I think, God, she's just so lit. And I think when I read the script, I thought, how the hell am I going to tackle this? Because there's so much to it. I mean, first and foremost, I was looked after so well on set, and you wouldn't know it by watching it, but we did have a great time making it. And I think as well, because I've spoken about this before, but how it's a very British northern trait to deal with the darkest things through humor. That's how you stay strong. That's how you stay resilient, is in those darkest moments, you know, having a bit of a laugh. I think, unfortunately for her, this is not, you know, a life that she's chosen. I think she's, you know, through a lot of control, she's not empowered, you know, to become a sex worker. It's not something that she's chosen to do with her body, with, you know. And so, yeah, I think for me it was getting to the heart of trying to find her strength even within all of that. A lot of it I sort of led in was through being a mother, and, you know, doing it for the future. But also I think that's at the heart of what this film is about. It's about resilience. It's a very human story. This is life for a lot of people, and the cycles that they're in, and because they have no support, they can't get out of. Yeah, so it was absolutely tough, and breaking that down was a lot, but when it's a complex and important story to tell, and you've got amazing support, then yeah.
The moment where Joe and Laura meet, you know, on the street at night, and the exchange of humor, yet there's pain behind the smile, and it's this strange relief while struggling. And I think capturing that on film in both your performances is something quite remarkable. And that's a testament to micro budget films, because you don't have $150 million for VFX. So you have to rely on emotion and storytelling.
100, yeah, definitely. And performance was the key. Performance, storytelling, not going too heavy with the kit and lighting. We wanted to keep it really light in the sense that, you know, there wasn't loads to deal with in that side of it, and just give a lot of freedom to the actors. We kind of took inspiration from Dallas Buyers Club, where they were saying that they tried to make it very 360 lighting. Sam, the cinematographer, he kind of built this purpose-built light with a car battery on a boomstick and a dome, and it just gave us a lot of freedom to do long takes, to impro in and out of the text, and to focus on performance and story. And I think, to me, in any film, that's the most important thing anyway. I think if you go down that route, it's going to give a better outcome for me. That's my opinion, and that's the type of stuff I like to watch.
Yeah, I mean, America and England, we still have this connection 250 years after everything that we've gone through, from, you know, colony to revolution to enemies to allies, and there's still this cultural crossover. Yet, you know, it's essentially big brother, little brother at this point. What's it like to get a reaction from an American audience versus a UK audience?
Well, because it's going to be released, we don't know, but we're so excited by it. I mean, having a US release is a pinch me moment. I mean, the whole thing, the momentum building, we feel very lucky to for it to keep going with the film. And yeah, we're excited to see what the US audience think of it. I mean, I think the themes are universal. I think inequalities all over the world, and I feel like hopefully it'll go down well with the US audience. I mean, what do you think? Oh, you like it, don't you?
I enjoyed it thoroughly. Like I said, if I didn't like the film, I wouldn't be talking to you. It's just my personality. I can't blow smoke, and I have no poker face to where I'm going to try and hide it and lie to you and go, this was great, and then, you know, turn around and roast you behind your back. I can't do that. So this is how fun the film is well, I don't want to say fun, but how entertaining the film is, because it's so real and it's raw, and it does leave you emotionally drained yet somehow hopeful.
Yeah, and that's it. Humor, hope, and resilience, and the human spirit, they're all the key takeaway. And just empathizing with people who are struggling to fit into society. You know, I think that's the takeaways for the film. Yeah, we cared about the characters, all of us did, you know, the cast and the crew, everyone involved. I felt like there was a lot of discussion and creativity, and we genuinely cared about it.
All right, so before I let you go, we're going to have a little bit of a lighthearted moment. What is one of your more humorous intrusive thoughts?
Don't know.
Ooh.
Hold on. There we go. We're back, I think. All right,
Did you hear mine?
so we had a technical difficulty. I did not hear the answer to the last question that I was asking before everything cut. But the question was, is there an intrusive thought that you either might find ridiculous or is like a personal paranoia that other people might find ridiculous?
Well, I just said like punch a chocolate cake.
Okay.
Big chocolate cake, gatto, just punch it. I don't know what you guys are going to come up with.
It's not really an intrusive thought, but I suppose it is. It's just like, so we like do a weekly shop, and sometimes there's nothing in the house, and like we're both terrible at doing the weekly shop for the food, and like we just did it before, right? But there's been some times where I've got a big dog, right, and she eats a lot of food. So weirdly, a lot of the time, there's more dog food in the house than there is human food. And sometimes when I'm starving, I actually just, and I'm in my house on my own. I sometimes just think, well, I'm starving, and no one's going to actually know apart from the dog if I eat this dog food or not. But I never have. But I suppose that's an intrusive thought. We just eat the dog's food. That's a funny one, isn't it? I don't know. I've had that thought in my head before. Going, well, I can't be bothered.
Do it, Joe.
I can't be bothered.
That is pretty funny.
All it is the inside of a pie. It's human grade dog meat, I think. So yeah, that's my one.
We've all
Do you
seen
know
Sweeney
what?
Todd, so pretty much.
I said like, blowing out the candles at a kid's birthday party or something. Or in a play, when they're playing, you just want to go, bah, like in the middle of like a really quiet scene. If it's bad, you just want to
Yeah.
scream.
Oh, we're going to come and see you
Yeah.
two
That's
play
just
now,
mean.
Becky.
That is what it is.
This isn't a funny one, but this is one I have every time I finish putting petrol in my car. I always just have the urge to go, well, I could just drive off now. They're not going to catch me. But I always do go in and pay for it. But every single time I'm just like, what would happen if I just drive off now?
Well, I can tell you that, Joe. They can see your number plate.
No, I know.
Oh, Joe, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, mate.
Whereas my level of paranoia is a little more ridiculous. It's the one night I decide to fall asleep unclothed is the night someone breaks into the house. Like that's my paranoid belief.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They get a shock.
This is true, but the one night that you decide, it's a little too hot, maybe not put on the pajamas, that's the night someone's going to break into the house. Yeah. But everyone, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you. But thank you so much, everyone, today for talking about Treading Water, which is available in the United States on August 12th. Where can we find each of you on social media if we want to keep the conversation going?
I'm terrible with it. You guys are better with this stuff, aren't you?
My Instagram handle is at Joey Gill X, and I am the same on Twitter as well, although I'm much more active on Instagram these days.
Yeah.
I'm on
Instagram,
Twitter, but I can't remember. Sorry, go on.
It's just at Becky Bowe. At Becky Bowe, nice and simple.
There we go.
What am I, Joe? Am I at Gino Evans?
Yeah, you're like,
Sorry.
I'm sure if you search for Gino on Twitter under Gino, you'll be you're Gino. Yeah, you're the most prolific Gino Evans on Twitter. I'm sure you are, Gino.
There's not too many half Italian, half Englishmen running around with the name of Gino Evans.
Well, there you go. I think you're right.
But Becky Bowe, Joe Gills, Gino Evans, thank you so much for talking to me about Treading Water. It's been a great pleasure. Congratulations on the film. Sorry about the technical glitch, but I'm glad we were able to make everything come through fruition.
Nice one, Robert. Great meeting you.
Thanks, Robert. Lovely to see you.
See you later in a bit. Bye.